internet, food, water and snack for the children payments, and they also send children to play school only for the toys, infrastructure and chance to interact with other kids, and they are losing it now. And we get none of that, but we are being forced to pay full fees and forgo enrollment, says the parents of many children in the state of Telangana. And where if we talk about a particular person, K.R. Nandakumar, the General Secretary of a Private Schools Association, and his words says that schools across the state have agreed to collect only 70% of the fees in 3 installments. But it is not appropriate for any school to collect full fees, especially if it is a play school. And he also said the private schools should avoid collecting any fees until the court issues a final judgment on the matter. As the education department officials were unavailable for the comments, the private So the private schools are still continuing to collect bulk fees even in teaching while online classes. And especially the disappointment raises from the parents of the play school students, and they questions if the play schools charging full fees, then what is the necessity of the infrastructure and all the facilities they are being charged all these years for. And where a play school also in a certain state called Tamil Nadu, which goes for Thiruvananthapuram district, has also told parents that no concession will be made in the annual fees as the school conducts online classes. Well, they also had a toddler who enrolled for the play school, and it is impossible to make him sit for online classes, and we have to sit through all the sessions completely, and we are putting our efforts enough as the teacher from the school's management side putting their efforts. So it is an equal issue, and they seek a concession of the school payments at least while they are teaching through online sessions. So a parent also told that they are also being spent on the electricity, internet, food and everything as the school management is being paid. So to talk on the same line about the school payments for the online classes and the bulk payments and the parents being forced to pay for the online classes, we have our correspondent Sharma to give us more updates on how the situation is happening and how the private schools are collecting fees for the online classes. Let's listen to him. Sharma, over to you. So what is the current update in the Telangana state and how the educational institutions are charging for the online classes?
Exactly. The situation in Telangana is starting to be very tense because most of the parents are getting worried. Despite so many complaints to the higher authorities, the menace by the private colleges or the schools is being continued, and with every passing day they are getting new types of warnings from the school authorities, and in some cases, some worst cases, they are also made to pay the transport charges also in advance, while there is no date fixed even for the reopening of the schools, but the school authorities are interested in collecting in advance the transportation fee for the entire academic year too. So such type of scenario is proving really difficult for the parents because they have to, even for the online classes also, they have to provide all the equipment like the laptop or a smartphone and the Wi-Fi connection and other things they have to really provide for the students. And this is proving difficult in some cases because in the wake of COVID, so many parents are finding it difficult to run the house, and on top of that, if such facilities are to be provided to the students, it is really proving very, very difficult. So this is the situation with respect to the state of Telangana.
So, sir, like when we are talking about this bulk amount of fees which are being charged for the online classes, so not one institution but all the private institutions are charging in a higher way. And on the same line, around 1200 complaints were received by the Karnataka government in terms of the same against the private institutions, that they are charging higher fees and they are forced parents to pay the fees on time, and especially when the installments and the concessions were given by the government, but the private institutions are not following at all. So what is the current scenario? So if private institutions are providing any concessions as they are teaching students online, and if the private institutions are really forcing the parents to pay fees, and if they are really not allowing students for the online classes, so what is happening in Telangana, sir?
Actually, the situation in Telangana is that some of the private institutions, which are noted for their student strength as also for some kind of excellence, are taking advantage of their brand image, and they are trying to lure parents through various kinds of schemes. Some school authorities have even gone to the extent of providing a kind of loan for the parents who are not in a position to arrange the entire tuition fee lump sum. So these kind of loans and other things are making it very difficult for the parents, because the EMIs which accrue from taking the loan will make it very difficult for the parents to bear in this particular precarious situation. Especially the case is really worse in the case of Karnataka, where more than 1200 complaints have gone to the higher authorities, but hardly any of the complaints have been redressed. And the situation is proving very difficult, because some of the school authorities are saying that if the fees is not paid, then the staff will not be given their regular salary. So it's a kind of interlink they have established. So they are getting some kind of calls from the staff, especially the teachers, to their students, requesting them to pay the school fee so that they would be getting their regular salaries. So it's a kind of different strategies each school in each state is employing to lure or to force or to bring the student or the parent under some kind of a situation, somehow to make them pay the tuition fee ahead of this academic year.
Well, sir,
Really
like,
depends.
yes.
Please go on.
Yes, sir. So when we are talking about this online classes, nowadays schools are also conducting online classes for the primary students, like, and also they are conducting online classes for the kindergartens. So
Yes.
in the same line, the effort which teachers are putting to teach students, like kindergarten students, equally the parents have to put from their end, because it's very hard to control kids, and they will definitely be unable to operate any kind of phones, lappies or anything just to cater into the online session. So then in this regards, the management of the educational institutions seeking fees equally with the last years, where parents are also putting their efforts completely, if that is a supportive case, because here before, unlike this COVID crisis times, parents completely used to depend on the educational institutions to teach their kids, as they used to send to the schools and all, and now the parents are also putting their efforts. So the point of view from the parent end starts that there must be definitely a certain kind of concession must be given for the kindergartens, as we are also putting their effort. So how do we actually balance this scenario? What can be the best solution for this?
At the outset, I entirely agree with your viewpoint, because in the yesteryears, years, the parents just used to send the students to their respective institutions and used to carry on with their own work. But now, in this particular academic year, due to the implementation of the online classes, a lot of burden is being shared by the parents also equally well. And they have to be at home, they have to share the work, they have to make the children focus on the classes that are being run on the internet, because otherwise the students will be distracted. they will not be in a position to focus all their attention upon the class which is going on over the online. So the parent has to be by the side of the children, and in the case of the primary students or even the younger ones, they will not be in a position to operate the system also. So the help of the parents is becoming mandatory in such cases. So as you have rightly pointed out, the school authorities have to take into consideration this particular cooperation from the parents, and they have to really make a kind of reduction in the total tuition fee, because only a lot of effort is being shared by the parents also. So correspondingly, there should be a definite reduction in the quantum of the fees that is to be paid for this particular academic year. This I really believe is going to work well.
So on the same line again, when you talk about the duration of the classes, when you talk about the duration of the classes, they have in the normal scholarships where students used to put on their 8 hours, and teachers also used to teach around 8 to 12 hours each day, but the duration of classes is also reduced. So for the limited time of teaching, if they have to pay the same kind of fees, like same amount or same bulk amount if they charged. So is that a balancing thing? Is that a proper kind of is it a judgmental scenario?
I think it is not at all proper. It is highly improper to charge the last year's fees and to continue it with this year also, because there is a sea of change between what was going on in the previous year and now presently what is going on here. Due to online, already parents are put to a lot of difficulty in collecting, in presenting all such electronic gadgets. On top of that, if the quantum of fees also remains the same, then it's not going to sound rational. It has to be reduced. And already with the truncated syllabus also, and as you have rightly said, the number of hours also have come down drastically. So fees has to be made at least half or even lesser than that, so that the parents can balance well, can educate their child. Otherwise, it is going to be really, really difficult. The parents might back out also from entrusting this particular type of online education to the students, and might educate the child by themselves also, as most of the students are doing most of the parents are doing in Mumbai and in other advanced places. There they are giving a kind of self-education to the child, and then they are getting it, passed through the open examination structure. So that type of thing is also going on. So the online education which the schools are planning presently has to be modeled, structured properly. It has to take into account all the factors which are proving really crucial for this particular type of education. Everything needs to be taken into consideration. The COVID situation outside, then the panic which is in the society, then the psychological pressure faced by the parents, and the difficulties the parents are put into due to the lack of opportunities for their earning and other things, because most of the parents have lost their sources of income also. There is no movement outside. So all these things, the school authorities have to take into consideration, and they have to really fix up a fee which is half of what they were charging in the previous year. Then
Well, so
it will
here
really
once
balance
again,
it.
when we talk about the school managements, several educational institutions, not only from the schools, they are forcing parents to pay school fees, and also few of the institutions are not allowing students for online classes, like they are not sharing the particular Zoom ID for the class, and they are completely acting ignorant for the students who are not paid fees. So in this regards, if that can be any legal actions if we can take against the institution, and what power does the parents has in their hands to get action against the institutions, because government has already said us and announced to everyone that at least 70% of installment and concession must be given, and the fees must be paid in 3 installments, and also the educational institutions must not force any parent to pay fees, and they have to give some time for the parents to get into the regular part of the economy. And but here the educational institution seems to be not supporting to the parents at all, and moreover they are forcing students to pay fees to attend any online classes, and they are completely not sharing any kind of IDs for students to join the class. And also few institutions on the other line, they are not even providing school books, even though the parents pay the school book fees, still the students were not given school books from the management of the schools, because they didn't completed the payments of the last installments, and whatever the 50% of the fees they had to pay in certain first 3 months. So this is a very strict action about by each and every institution across the state. So what can parent do in this kind of scenario, and is it the only solution that parents need to pay the complete fees to get their son or daughter educated, or what they can do in this stage, sir?
Actually, the private school authorities have gone against all the rulings of the local government
Yes, sir.
regarding
Yes.
this particular education during this particular academic year. They are not following even one single instruction which is being issued by the educational department of the state. So in such a situation, the parent has got all the legal avenues open. They can move the court also. They can move the honorable court regarding this issue. The parents can form an association, and if already some association is alive, then it is in force. Then they can, through that, they can move the court and bring this matter before the honorable court also. The parent has got all the power, because they should not and they cannot allow such illogical and irrational tendencies to creep into the very structure of the education. Education being very sacred, such things should not become a part of it. If allowed, they will go on. They will multiply like the coronavirus only.
So
Like how the
as
virus is
when we
mutating.
switching, yes, sir. So when we are switching to the Karnataka update, and as the government has received around 1200 reports
Yes.
from the parents against the educational institutions in terms of as they seek a bulk amount of payments to attend online classes by the kids, and so in this case, what can the Karnataka government might act on this? So if there are any chances that the government might take any actions against the institutions, like slapping any fine or something, anything which can benefit parents in this regards?
Actually, the government of Karnataka is planning to de-recognize some of the schools which are trying to move against the very rules of the government. So such intentions, such plans are also in the pipeline, because the private management is making desperate attempt. They are trying by all means to force the parent into this particular strategy of paying the complete academic fee without any reduction, which is stipulated by the respective state governments very clearly in their particular orders. But all those orders are kept aside. They are not taking into serious consideration all these things. They are just going ahead with their own plans. So the Karnataka state government in particular is planning to remove the recognition for such schools which try to flout all the rules of the government, and which, despite the governmental orders, are trying to pressurize parents. So if parents with evidence can approach the higher authorities, definitely such orders will be issued by the government, and government is planning to care for the students, because already the society is in great agony. It's facing a major threat in the form of this pandemic. So the government is trying to cooperate with the parents who are being harassed by such school authorities.
And also, sir, when we are getting back to Hyderabad, Telangana,
Yes.
so Hyderabad has a n number of educational institutions of
Exactly.
private, government, and all course of sectors. But
Yes.
most of the private educational institutions are not following the installment scheme. So, as the government requested educational institutions to follow three three terms, like
Yes.
three
Three
times
tier
installments,
payments. Yes.
but still the educational institution seems not adopted that technique. But so the parents are still forced to pay at least half of the payment or 70% of the payment to get online classes. So what is the case now? So if any educational institution has been caught by any of the police that they are ignoring this installment procedure, so what kind of action government might take on them, if you have any reports on it?
Yeah, government is very strict. Government is very clear also regarding this issue that no parent should be harassed during this particular academic year because of the present situation and scenario. Actually, as you have rightly pointed out, the government has made it clear that whatever fees after deduction, whatever fee has to be paid by the parent, it has to pay it in a phased manner, 3 tier, 4 tier, or at some convenient installments or EMIs, whatever you can call it. But the private institutions, I'll tell their viewpoint. The institutions are also, and they are also very in a kind of a fear of losing a particular student. Now the competition between the private, intra-competition between the private institutions is so intense that the private institutions make sure that the student stays with their particular institutions. And that is possible. Only a considerable amount is paid by the student. Then that student will be with that particular institute only. Otherwise, there is a chance of him getting drifted to other institutions. So the private institutions want a very big amount, more than 50% from the student, so that the student is retained and they are also assured of going ahead with their own plans. So that is their viewpoint. That is why they induce the student or the parent to pay at least more than 50% and then the balance in some kind of installment. But this is not acceptable because the government is very clear that the fee has to be first of all reduced to almost 50%. Then in that particular amount also, tuition fee also, some kind of arrangement in the form of convenient installments has to be maintained by the school authorities, enabling the parents to pay the same at ease. So if this is flouted, if this is not followed, definitely complaint could be made against that particular institution, and the government is ready to take action of any type, like putting a heavy fine or going to the extent of withdrawing the recognition also. So it can be anything, depending upon the severity of the complaint and the nature of the harassment. It could be anything.
So, sir, education institutions are completely, like, parents are completely upset with the educational institutions and their strategies for online classes. So, if there are any government forum, or if there is any kind of, especially to teach the tribals or the kind of backward class people for free online. So if the government is conducting any free online school classes for the students who are really in seek of education, and where, like, do we have the same kind of online classes strategy with the government schools, sir?
Actually, the government schools are more open, more flexible, and more understanding by nature. That is the difference with the governmental institutions. Only thing is that because they are not having all the glamorous things associated with the private institutions, most of the parents try to put their child in the private institutions despite their harassment and their evil strategies. Actually, the governmental institutions, the situation is very good. The faculty is good, they are well paid, unlike the private institutions where the teachers are also quite insecure enough. But here, the life of the governmental teachers is secure. They are having a very good life, and they can contribute. They are ready to contribute also. Well, and in the governmental institutions, the thing is there is no pressurization technique. Nobody will pressure the parent to pay the fee within the stipulated time. Already so many concessions are being provided, and added to that, during this particular situation, the government might even completely, remove the fee structure for this particular academic year also. They might completely waive the tuition fees for this academic year also. So such facilities are there. So people can send, those who are really willing to send their children to such schools can continue doing so, because that is the easiest way to educate their child, and in a safer manner also.
Well, thank you very much for giving us a lot of updates today.
Thank you.
And we'll get back to you for the further odds and the violations of educational norms by the educational institution, and we'll speak on the same topic tomorrow once again. And that is how the situation of the private schools and the educational institutions here in Hyderabad, Telangana, and that's how the private institutions are collecting bulk fees for the online classes, and they are failed to follow the government norms. And stay tuned to CVR English with a lot more developing updates on the same topic. Thank you for joining us. Have a good day.